Shout out Bruce Gas, aka Toka 2. You know I had to drop a track for my boy.
Hey, Click, where you at?
Yeah, I've been in your rapping boys out here telling favors. I'm the hardest young nigga, I ain't signed to no label. Hey, Bruce Gas putting them fights on the table. Calling that Boston since Kane versus Abel. Smoking so much gas, you would think that shit was fatal. On the people's champion like Muhammad Ali. Shout out Bruce Gas, one day we gon' meet. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, we gon' smoke a hella weed. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, take a hit out the Toka 2. Slipping hella shots, feel like Tyson with the peak. Little Glock on my side, but it hit just like Isaac Cruz. Shout out Match Head, real shit, that's my fucking dude. We always cooking on the panel. Strapped to my side, I ain't talking about no sandals. Bruce passed me the blunt, I'ma light it like a candle. Ayy, non-stop bars, man, I always spit flames. Feel like Bruce Gas always got a different strain. Bitch, you ain't like me, you can never feel my pain. You win and you lose, well, this the fight game. Don't beef on the net and the shit won't change. Said that on the string, gotta do it for the game. Said that on the string, gotta do it for the chat. I ain't undisputed, yeah, hold on, I ain't undisputed, but I want all the straps.
That's my boy 151 there. We turn that down a bit here, get myself situated properly here. There we go. Just a little tinkling in the background there to welcome the mood over here. Wait for a few more people to come in, if they will. You know, Monday night 7:30. This is not my regular time, but then again, there really is no regular time here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying. Shout out, man. Shout out to anybody, each and all, that come in here to see me this evening. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Hitting on the water. Always with the water, man. Stay hydrated. Rolling with the punches, my brother, man. Shout out to you, bro. First one in here, man. I hope you're not the last. Fistion, my sister. Thank you for coming in, man. Thank you for coming in. And you know how in Fistion, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. On this day, I do it every day. It's a labor of love. You know, I look up something that's happening in boxing, and I put it in there. And today was a big day, man. Today was the day that Wilfred Benitez, 17 years old, won his first world title. Beat Jose Cervantes in a 15-round decision for the WBA junior middleweight title. And hey, I said, hey, that's a nice little thing. Excuse me here. I'm gonna get a little green dragon in me. If you ever drank 151, that's what this green dragon feels like. You get used to it, but it still burns like hell. But it's a great way to do it. It's really healthy, man, because you know me, man. I've been smoking forever. I've been smoking weed since 1969, and it's kind of an oxymoron because I'm trying to I think I am a little healthy, like healthy for my age. I'm trying to stay healthy, and that's by eliminating the bad things that I do. And that I love the THC. I love being stoned. I love a little buzz. And this new tincture, this stuff that I make, the Green Dragon, it eliminates the harshness of the smoking. Skywalker, my brother. And I mean, this is what I'm doing now. So if you bear with me, I shoot a shot of this. I make it with this really high grain alcohol, this 190 proof grain liquor. It's like Everclear, but they can't sell Everclear on Rhode Island, but they can sell this stuff. And I mean, dude, let me show you something. I'm gonna take a drop of this. I'm gonna put it on top of this little bottle here. This is my and see the thing about this stuff. You got to be so careful. This stuff stains like a sun bitch, man. If I drop this on the rug, my old lady will kill me. I'm just gonna put a drop on here. This is gonna be kind of fun. Little science experiment. I did this once before, so I kind of know what's going down, right? And so I just get my lighter here. I want to show you what's going on, eh? I just put a drop of this on the bottle here, so I can show it to you without spilling it. And this is the green dragon. Now look at that green dragon. Ooh-wee. That's that stuff goes up like gasoline, my friends. Gasoline. It's a great extractor. I don't get any of it into my system because it's used as the delivery, the sublingual. Kind of gets absorbed in my mouth. And anyway, man, on this day, you know what else happened on this day, Fistiana? On this day in 1985, the first professional match of Michael Gerard Tyson. Mike Tyson. I didn't even know that till I was just going through box recs. And wouldn't you know it, man? Today in 1985 was when Mike had his first professional match. And man, it's like the same day that Wilfred Benitez won his first world title. And it's funny because they have the connection. Jimmy Jacobs was the manager of Benitez, and he was also Mike Tyson's first manager. So, I mean, crazy stuff, man. Crazy coincidences in boxing. And let me shout out who came in here first before I forget doing that, man. Let this green dragon kick in. Bop on with a little bit of my rollicking jazz in the background, and we can talk about this. Mike Tyson, was it myth or was it reality? Was he overrated or was he the real deal? Rolling with the punches, man. Thank you for coming in here, Fistiano. I thank you, but I thank you again. Skywalker, my brother. Shout out to you, man. That one guy, Bones, bro. Thank you for coming by. Mr. Gumbo, my OG brother. Peace to you, man. Swift 718, man. Thank you, bro. Thanks for coming in here, man. This is a Mike Tyson kind of a thing. I'm not gonna do a history lesson on Mike Tyson, bro. You know, because we all pretty much know that. I'm sure we could have a whole show on that. That never got to reach his potential. See, that's kind of interesting there, my brother. Because see, I have a little bit of a different outlook on that. And see, I think Mike Tyson was a shooting star, bro. I think Mike Tyson peaked young. You know, Mike Tyson was like Wilfred Benitez. He was a gifted prodigy, I guess, man. Just born to box. Still a little overrated. All right, man. See, you know, this is why everybody opinions are great, because I'm going to tell you how I feel about Mike Tyson, and plus I'm going to drop a link if anybody wants to come up there, or even a phone number. You can let me know how you feel about him, and you know, debating means nothing because it's the way you feel about him and the way I feel about him, and I'm just going to tell you why I feel this way about Mike Tyson. I'll tell you a little bit of my experiences with Mike Tyson, because I remember watching Mike Tyson way back in 1985. Carlos Mendoza, my brother. Up late again, my man. I thank you for coming by. Appreciate it, bro. And a lot of fighters today, a lot of guys today. Your Story, how you doing? Your Story TV, man. Shout out to you, bro. See, growing up, I remember growing up watching ESPN fights, and see, there was a little buzz going on. There's this kid out of Catskill, New York, man. Mike Tyson, he's knocking everybody out. He's up there with Customato, man. This kid is something. And we'd hear Al Bernstein and Sean O'Grady and those guys just start talking about him. And then he'd be on the undercard, and you wouldn't see much of him. But man, first round knockout. And like I said, today is the anniversary of Mike Tyson's first professional match, 1985. Hector Mercedes, first round knockout. But the thing, you know, Mike Tyson in 1985, bro, 15 times. And he didn't have his first match until March, till today. 3 months have already gone out of the year. And up until December, Mike Tyson fought 15 times, bro. 15 times. This is 1985. Yeah, Sean O'Grady was very cool, man. I dug Sean O'Grady. In fact, I love to talk to him because I hang out with some people who rub elbows with some of these cats, and they said, yeah, Sean's a cool guy. He's around. I said, oh man, I would love to talk to Sean because I grew up and Sean was like my buddy. I'd be watching Sean, and what a fighter too. The bubblegum bomber, man. He from Oklahoma. I think his sister Katie's birthday is today too. Is it Katie? But I go through all these crazy things. I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of research, and sometimes people they tag me as a historian. Hey, if that's what you want to label me, bro, I'm kind of honored. But there are a lot more accomplished boxing historians out there than me. I just kind of like to relive what I lived, and and I'm grateful that I get one or two people that come in here and like listening to me, and it makes it fun. Evix, shout out, man. Love Mike Tyson, man. I'll tell you. Like I said, he was a whirlwind. I probably watched 4 of his fights on either preliminaries for ESPN or USA Network because they traveled all over the place, and Mike Tyson was he was getting a lot of experience. I saw him when he fought like John Anderson, Richard Spann. I mean, not annihilated these guys. He was known. Hey, Mick Smith, how you doing, brother? Mick Smith, I saw your picture yesterday, bro. You gotta get yourself in some kind of shape, man. You gotta get on. You talk the talk, bro. I want to see you eating some lean protein, man. I want to see you hitting the road. I want to see you punching that bag, bro. Come on, Mick Smith, man. That wasn't you, was it? That was your father that they showed yesterday, man. I'm only kidding, Mick Smith. God bless you. I have a thank you, Evix. I have a totally new respect for you, bro. You're not just a nameless, faceless icon out there, an avatar. You're the real deal, and I appreciate you coming in here, my brother. So getting back to my man Mike Tyson over here, 1985. 15 bouts in 1985, almost all of them by first round knockout. I saw him fight Donnie Long. Donnie Long was he was an amateur boxer. He beat Marvis Frazier, and he beat I think it was James Broad, who was another top amateur. But anyway, it was Mike Tyson's toughest test to date, and I saw it coming on. It was on ESPN. And I said, this might tell us a little bit about having something, bro. This might tell us a little bit about how good Mike Tyson is. Because like I said, man, he was going through oppositions like a hot knife through butter. He was just blowing them away. And Donnie Long, the hatchet man, Donnie Long, he was 15-3 at the time. 15-4 after that. First round knockout. It was Mike Tyson. It was just an animal. If you knock the pad off a trainer's hand, don't that mean you have power? I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know what that means. I think a lot of people are a little pad happy today. But Mike Tyson, you didn't see him work the pads too often. You saw him punching locker rooms. You saw him punching walls. He was on a heavy bag, on the speed bag, unbelievable stuff. You didn't see him do a lot of mitt work. Hey, Andrew Charles, my brother. How you doing, man? I'm sure it's out there. It's just not fresh on my mind. Hey, Yimmy, how you doing, bro? Tyson is a top all-time great. During his prime, he was one of the most feared and destructive heavyweights of all time. Youngest heavyweight champion of all time. He wiped out and unified the head. Yes, he did, bro. He single-handedly did that. If his first title was he fought Trevor Berbick. Trevor Berbick had just beaten Pinklin Thomas for the WBC belt, and Don King controlled the heavyweights. He controlled all the active heavyweights back then. Maybe there were one or two, maybe like Jerry Cooney. And I really can't think of any other ones. Larry Holmes wasn't so much controlled by Don King, but that's where the money was, so that's where he went. But anyway, man, Mike Tyson won that first championship, and I'll never forget it, bro. I'll never forget that night. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, man. I was in a rough time in 1986, man. I was a heroin addict. I was running around Providence. First, I had to go to Boston. My girlfriend at the time was being deported, so I had to deal with deportation hearings, and then we had to go get our dope in Providence, and we had to come home by I don't know, it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whenever the fight went on. But it was a crazy time. But man, just to watch Mike Tyson. How's he going to do against Trevor Berbick, man? Trevor Berbick's the guy that knocked out John Tate. Trevor Berbick is a pretty tough dude. He had already been beaten by Larry Holmes, but, crazy Jamaican Trevor Berbick. And this was Mike's first championship. It was a date to be seen because he was the youngest, attempting to be the youngest heavyweight champion, Floyd Patterson being the youngest. So, on that November night, 1996, man, we watched Mike Tyson 2 rounds dismantle Trevor Berbick. I think Larry Holmes is going to give Mike Tyson his first loss. That was an interesting fight right there, bro. That was, in hindsight, when you look at that, you looked at Mike Tyson, and at that time, Mike Tyson was unstoppable. He was a whirlwind. I don't think there were any heavyweights on the face of the earth that could have beaten Mike Tyson 86 to 89. Man, Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, they would have been great fights of prime. Well, we saw how easily he handled Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes' word was that Larry was retired, sitting on the couch. He didn't want to get involved in the tournament that Don King had because, well, he'd lost to Michael Spinks twice, so he was eliminated from it officially. But he could have gotten fights in there easily. Larry didn't want to do it. Larry was a tired warrior. And Don King offered Larry Holmes upwards of $4 million to get off the couch and come and test this undefeated kid that he had, Mike Tyson. And this is after Mike Tyson had beaten Trevor Berbick, and he had also, as a matter of fact, tomorrow you watch on this day. On this day, I'm going to give you a little spoiler alert. Tomorrow on this day is the day that Mike Tyson beat James Bone Crusher Smith for the WBA title to become a unified champion. So that was his second defense was to fight James Smith, because Don King wanted Tyson to rise to the top. So after Trevor Berbick, it's James Smith, and then he fought former champion Pinkwin Thomas, who I dug Pinkwin Thomas. I watched Pinkwin Thomas's whole career. His only defeat to the time was he had one defeat at the time, and people gave him a pretty good chance against Mike Tyson, but man, Mike was at his best. That was prime Mike Tyson. He annihilated Pinkwin Thomas, knocked him out in the 6th round. Pinkwin had never been stopped before. Next was Tony Tucker, and that was for the IBF, and that was in a 3-belt era. So Mike Tyson beats Tony Tucker. Tony Tucker was he was a long, lanky boxer, similar to Larry Holmes, maybe. He had that style. People say that style gave Tyson problems. And it was a 12-round unanimous decision. It was very unanimous, but he still caught Mike Tyson a few times. He kind of showed a blue point for keeping a charging, bobbing and weaving, throwing hooks and uppercuts. Yes, sir, Pinkwin Thomas in those pink trunks. And let me do another hit here. Let me get my head on the right frame of mind here for this, because Green Dragon tincture. I wish I could market the stuff. It's probably out there anyway, but see, if I tried talking when that was happening. Hey, my brother Enoch, what's happening, man? My man Enoch, he's going to put together some videos. He wants me to go over there on Tim Witherspoon's channel and kind of speak on some of the historic fighters that I might have come across, and might know a little bit about, but definitely, man, go and sub to my brother Tim Witherspoon's channel, man. We're gonna be doing a lot of stuff over there, and it's the stuff I like, man, the serious stuff. No kid stuff, no going back and forth, no bullshit, no yeah. This is fucking real boxing. LT, how you doing, my brother? Speaking of real boxing, that's a real boxing fan, LT up there, man. Shout out to LT, man, the animal lover. How can anybody have any ill will towards anybody who works in a fucking zoo? And man, working in a zoo, you gotta be like the dog whisperer, bro. You gotta have a rep. You gotta have a rap with those animals, because man, one mistake and there goes your arm. They step on your toe and you don't break a toe. You need a spatula to get them off the pavement. So shout out to my brother LT, man. I know he loves those animals, and I love people who love animals. Electro Jed, man, how you doing, brother? S-Vix, you started boxing at 5, bro. Hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. But anyway, man, you guys want to talk about Mike Tyson? I'm going to drop a link in a little bit, man. I'm going to just tell you about. I don't think Tyson was overrated at all, bro. I lived through the era, and I watched him just annihilate everybody in the heavyweight division, ducking nobody, ducking no one, bro. Ducking no one. Pinklin Thomas, Tony Tucker. After that, Tyrell Biggs. And see, in the Olympics, Mike Tyson was at the Olympic trials, and they told him, they said, Tyrell Biggs is our super heavyweight. If you want to be in the Olympians, you got to go for the heavyweight. You got to go for the heavyweight belt. And he got beat twice by Henry Tillman, who went on to win the gold medal at the Olympics as a heavyweight. But Tyson took on Henry Tillman as a pro. He lasted 1 round. He took on Tyrell Biggs. He defended his, we'll call it the undisputed title, because the only other title was the ring belt and the lineal belt. That was Michael Spinks, and that was short work down the line, bro. I mean, we're talking about a fucking freight train here. We're talking, this thing is off the rails. Bone Diaz, how you doing? Am I right? I can't, I have a wicked time with, no, I haven't tried Mike Bites, man. I love edibles. I'm sure that I've tried very similar to him. But shout out to you, bro. Toby Bartlett, man. Thank you for coming by here. Doing a little Mike Tyson talk over here, man. I'm telling you how I don't think Mike Tyson was overrated. I think at the time, his years of being Mount Rushmore, I think probably the greatest heavyweight on the planet, definitely the baddest man on the planet. I mean, that's how that phrase was kind of coined, as the heavyweights go is how boxing goes. Maybe not so much now, but back then that was the way it goes. That was absolutely the way it goes, man. Stay tuned for Witherspoon weed. Yeah, baby. You know we're gonna get that one. You get me for a full zip of that Witherspoon weed when that comes in. I want to try that, man. It'll wreck you like that overhand right, and it's got that defense where you're not getting close to that bad boy. Face orange, raised it. This channel is so good. Thank you, brother. Make sure you sub to me. Give me a thumbs up. That's a fact, Jimmy. Mike Tyson was trained by one of the best all around men in boxing, Customato, and he had defensive people down there like Jose Torres, people like Floyd Patterson, who he impounds defense on these fighters. Man, Mike Tyson knew his defense, but he had such awesome power, such awesome offense that he wasn't really looked at as much of a defensive fighter. But you ask the guys who went in the ring with him, the old saying when Mike Tyson said they all had a plan until they got punched in the face or in the mouth. I'm paraphrasing, but you know what I'm saying there, man. And like I said, after Tyrell Biggs, he took care of Tyrell Biggs, who actually was maybe the reason why Mike Tyson didn't go to the Olympics as a heavyweight. He had to go to the 200-pound division. The 201-pound, I think, is the super heavyweight is over 201. He had to go for the 201, and he didn't make it. And all those defenses, he should have fought terrible Tim Witherspoon, Enoch. And I bet if Tim was around, Tim would say, "Yeah, man, he ducked me, and he could have taken me right off the couch, but they knew something. They didn't want nothing to do with terrible Tim." We talked about that one before, and like I said, man, After the Tyrell Biggs fight, that's when Don King was looking for a name. He had Mike Tyson, HBO. They were synonymous. When Tyson fought on HBO, it was money in the bank. It was a packed house. And so Don King enticed Larry Holmes, Larry Holmes loves his money. Larry Holmes owns Eastern Pennsylvania. $4 million. That's a factory. That's a building, man. That's a parking lot. Larry Holmes jumped on that. Macadocious Mac of the South, my brother. Shout out to you, man. Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. The official Tito's Pizza YouTube channel. All right, man. Shout out to the official Tito's Pizza YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys bopping in here, man. We're going to have a little Mike Tyson talk. We've been having one. Let me hit the old. You know what I'm going to have to do when I do a hit of this? They got this thing in here. I don't know if it cuts us off or what. Let me check and see this here, man. Let me see if it works. You do the hit, and it takes 30 seconds because you don't want to say anything for 30 seconds, right? Because you'll blast all this green shit all over the screen. So how about we do it like this from now on? Tell me if this works. Yeah, that was like a double. That was like a whoo. Burns like hell, but feels so good in the burn. Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes, that fight. Larry Holmes had a lot of nasty things to say about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, he wasn't much of a trash talker. That's the thing, man. He did his talking in the ring, but Larry Holmes, he was saying how Mike Tyson was a thug, he was a hood. First time he goes against a real boxer, he's going to get his ears boxed off. Hey, Haplotype, how you doing, brother? But instead, Larry Holmes was in no shape to take on Mike Tyson. And Muhammad Ali was in the ring that night. And Mike Tyson said, I'm going to do this one for you. Because Larry Holmes had just beat the shit out of Muhammad Ali 8 years earlier. When Mike Tyson was a kid, and it brought tears to Mike Tyson's eye. And if you watch that fight, you can watch Mike Tyson talking to Larry in the ring when they're shaking hands. And Ali is, it was just memorable stuff. But Mike Tyson had no mercy on Larry Holmes, man. No mercy whatsoever. Annihilated him in 4 rounds. I thought that was the end. Of Larry Holmes. We'd never see him again. Hey, Major Key, how you doing, my brother? But Larry Holmes, he came back, but that was only the beginning of Mike Tyson. He went to Tokyo after that. He fought Tony Tubbs in the Tokyo Dome, took him out with body shots in 2 rounds. I mean, it was to the point where, hey, Pounds, how you doing, my brother? Hot Tub Podcast too. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you cats coming in here, man. I really do, man. This was an impromptu thing. I was in everything boxing. Keon. I like Keon's channel. Keon's a cool dude. He's doing his show and he's talking about Mike Tyson. Hey, Derek Clark, how you doing, brother? Whose fault is it? The Holmes wasn't in shape. Who's fucking Holmes' fault, bro? But Don King was sharp. Don King knew. Don King got him off the couch. It was a gimme fight for Tyson. So that's, it was the money that made that fight. It wasn't Larry Holmes looking for a victory, looking for glory. Larry Holmes wanted that $4 million. Hey, Just Do, my brother, how you doing? Derek Clark, man. Toby Bartlett. I appreciate you cats coming in here once again, man. And yeah, man. After that, like I said, it was on to Tokyo, an easy win over Tony Tubbs, and then we had the biggest prize money heavyweight fight of all time at the time. undefeated lineal Ring Magazine heavyweight champion Michael Spinks against the undisputed WBA, WBC, IBF. There were no super titles. There was no French fries belts. Mike Tyson. This was a big fight. It was in Atlantic City. Donald Trump had a lot to do with it. I mean, this was a tumultuous time for Mike Tyson. He had married Robin Givens. Robin Givens' mother wanted Mike Tyson's money. Bill Caton, Jimmy Jacobs had died. She had convinced Mike that Bill Caton had taken his money. Don King wanted to sign Mike Tyson. It was a real tumultuous time. Bill Caton was served his termination papers at ringside of that fight. But the fight itself, man, Mike Tyson came in and he just butchered. Nick M, my brother, shout out there, man, the true historian, Nick M's Classic Boxing channel. I mean, this man has got some great stuff on his channel, bro. Great, great guy. And that was probably Mike Tyson's greatest victory. And Michael Spinks, man, Michael Spinks was a great fighter. He was undefeated with 31 fights. He had won the light heavyweight championship. He had beaten top heavyweight. He had beaten Jerry Cooney. I didn't think he was going to beat Jerry Cooney. Tepin Tank said, but he had beaten Larry Holmes twice. They were questionable victories, but nonetheless, man, they were victories, and that's how it went down in the books, man. Mike Tyson destroyed Michael Spinks in one round. I mean, totally annihilated him, and he became the baddest man on the planet. The baddest man on the planet. Nobody is going to beat Mike Tyson. Everybody realized he was the best heavyweight out there, man. He took on Frank Bruno. He's starting to slow down a little bit. He still beat Frank Bruno, but he got hit a little bit. Carl the Truth Williams made him look a little ordinary till he got TKO'd in the 12th round. And then there was that fight that everybody talks about. Everybody knows, man, that fateful night in Japan with James Buster Douglas, 42-1 underdog. And we saw the unthinkable. We saw what nobody ever thought could possibly happen. Mike Tyson not only got beat, but he got beat up and he got knocked out. And there was the aura of invincibility. That's a mouthful, man. The aura of invincibility was gone. You know, Nick, that would have been a great fight. And I talked to Tim, and Tim told me that that fight was offered to Mike Tyson, but his handlers turned it down. And Tim said he was on the couch. He was not in shape. He would have been easy pickings. He needed the money bad. They didn't call him. They didn't want to fight Tim Witherspoon. They thought Tim Witherspoon's defense was too much for Mike Tyson. And a prime Tim Witherspoon against Tyson, that would have been a great fight, man. That would have been a great fight. But man, yeah, that was the end of an era. That was the end of the one word, heavyweight champ Mike Tyson. One word, man. For 3 years, it was like a whirlwind. It came on fast. It came on fast, man. And after that, Mike Tyson was he took 4 months off. He came back and he knocked out his old nemesis Henry Tillman in one round. He knocked out Alex Stewart in one round. Alex Stewart was a once defeated. I think he was Canadian. I'm not sure, man. But Evander Holyfield had beaten him, and Mike Tyson knocked him out in one round. The Donovan Razor Ruddock. The crazy fight with Donovan Razor Ruddock, man. They say it was stopped too soon. Donovan Razor Ruddock had a tremendous left combination hybrid overhand hook. They called it the smash, the shovel punch, man. It was devastating. It bounced and made Tyson's head bounce around like a wobble doll. But the referee stopped it. They went on and had a rematch. Tyson beat him unanimously in a 12-round decision. And then there was that beauty pageant in Cleveland, Miss Black America, and Mike Tyson just he pinched the wrong ass. And it was a different Mike Tyson after that. I think Mike Tyson came back in 95 as an ordinary fighter. And I'm going to drop a link if anybody wants to come on here, and if anybody has any opinions, they want to let me know if they thought Mike Tyson was overrated, underrated. You know, we talk about it for a little bit, man, and why not, right? We also have I also have a new phone thing over here. I can take phone calls if anybody wants to call up instead of clicking on. We can experiment with that. The number is, voila, we have it. 401-424-1483. You know what's funny too, man? That 1483 is my wife's fucking number on her cell phone, not the 424, but the 1483. It was weird how that came in. And the 401 is right too. So anybody wants to try to call my wife, dial 401 beep 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 1483. If you make that lucky number, I'll send you a bottle of Bruce Gas Green Dragon tincture. But man, you know, Mike Tyson was never the same after that jail stint. You know, people say things like, you know, oh, he was an ordinary fighter because he lost to Evander Holyfield. He lost to of course to Lennox Lewis. But that wasn't the Mike Tyson that I remember. Tupac, my brother, how you doing, man? Pleasure to see you in here. Robin Givens smashing his car into a tree. Yeah, Mike Tyson you could see him more on the 6 o'clock news than you could in the ring, man. They'd show Mike Tyson having a fender bender and beating up the guys he got in an accident with. Crashed into a tree. Tried to give his Mercedes to the cop who pulled him over. I mean, he was in a crazy way. I mean, mental illness is a real thing. You know, Mike Tyson is so much saner now. It's such a pleasure to see Mike Tyson now. I love watching him on Hot Boxing, man. I love that show. I saw him on it the other day. He was he had the Undertaker on there. Complete stranger online. How you doing, brother? Thank you for coming by. He was a great talent, excellent fighter, but he wasn't able to overcome adversity. I would say he is a top 15 of all-time great. I don't think if he cracks the top 10, kind of like Sonny Liston. Well, you know, similarities there, and you know, that's everybody has their opinions. But see, I think from 86 to 89, that was a different Mike Tyson. You know, because when he came back from prison, that was in 1995, and it's funny. Let me see if I got something I want to show you, cats. Let me see if I can find this here, man. There it is. I did find it. I knew I would. Chain, how you doing, my brother? I owned a restaurant in 1995, and one of my liquor distributors, I can't even think of the bastard's name right now. But anyway, he came in and he's got this thing on his lapel. Hey, check this out. He's back. August 19th, 1995. Get my finger out of the way so you can see it, eh? August 19th, 1995. He's back. That's from the movie. Come on, help me. The little girl in front of the TV, they're back. The Haunting, and I saw the movie. It scared the shit out of me, man. Damn it. But anyway, yeah, there was a lot of shit happening in the air. Mike Tyson is coming back, making his comeback. He's going to destroy the heavyweight division. Evander Holyfield had beaten Buster Douglas, so Evander was beating everybody like Tyson, and everybody couldn't wait for that clash. Is it going to happen? We'll see. Poltergeist. There you go. Thank you, guys. Poltergeist. He's back. But Mike Tyson cashed in on that one. But yeah, man, any of you cats want to come on here and talk a little bit about your opinions of Mike Tyson? Because there's not much more I can say. And I'm trying not to show a lot of King Jimbo. It says device not connected, bro. Can't let you on here, bro. It won't let you in. But yeah, anybody has an opinion about Mike Tyson? Hey, Jose Diaz, my brother, shout out to you. Yeah, that little girl died from that movie. It was a scary movie. I remember seeing that with my first wife, and she had a little girl, and it was scary. You know, it was tough to joke about and stuff like that, but it was great. It was a funny movie. You watch it now, you laugh like a motherfucker. It's fucking totally bizarre. But back then, who knows? Maybe I was doing acid or something. It was a cool movie, and like I stated earlier, man, that was what they made this little pin about here. He's back, and every once in a while I look at it, I'll pick it up, maybe I'll give it to somebody one of these days if anybody would appreciate that. We'll have a little thing going on, and who knows? You can't do trivia anymore because everybody's got their Alexis, and you can ask real quick, and you got your Googles and stuff like that. So trivia shows don't impress me anymore. They used to, but nah. You gotta have it real fast, 5 seconds or I hope that doesn't get annoying, but it's actually better than seeing me make all these contorted faces. It's getting real cool with that stuff. Like I have to bring my wife to I'm gonna be perfectly candid with you. She has to go for a colonoscopy tomorrow. She's doing her fasting today, and I've done it a couple of times. Anybody who hasn't done it and who's over 40 years of age, then please do, because it's a very, very helpful thing. It's going to make sure that you stay healthy on the inside. Real important to do, man. Real important. You do not want colon cancer. It's very preventable. It's very detectable. Get yourself a colonoscopy. Very, very common in the black community, especially men over 40, over 50. They blow it off until it's too late. Don't be a fool, man. Your insurance will pay for it. And it's real easy. The only thing that sucks about it is the prep thing. She's drinking this stuff right now. She drank it earlier today, and she's not running to the bathroom like I was when I did mine, dude. I did in that bathroom every 2 seconds. Very, very few seconds. Possibly George Foreman, man. You're right. Hopler, you definitely are a wealth of information out there, man. I remember I heard she died during the second remake, but I don't even remember the second one that much. But yeah, that's when all the coffins were coming up in the backyard and shit like that. Anybody see the movie Creed? Anybody see Creed 3? I got a link for it. I saw it online, but the audio was shitty. So, but what they do is they'll get better audios. In a few days, there'll be a nice clear audio, and I'll be able to see it. But half hour into it, I'm like, it's all right. It's definitely not doing it to me right now. But I'm looking forward to seeing it again with a clear audio. I'm not going to go pay no $15 to go watch it in a theater. But the Rocky movie, and I saw something today. My brother Reggie Owens, man, my good friend, boxing conversation with Reggie Owens. Interesting guy. I don't always agree with him, but I always enjoy watching him. I respect everything that he does and says. He put something out today about it was almost like a little knock on Sylvester Stallone being in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And well, that would be a great fight, King Tiger. Ali and Mike Tyson. It's been talked about. Did you ever see the you ever see the special? I think it was Arsenio Hall. He had Mike Tyson. He had Sugar Ray Leonard. He had Thomas Hearns. He had Muhammad Ali on there. And Mike Tyson was talking to Muhammad Ali, and Arsenio said to Tyson, "What do you think would happen between a match with you two guys? You two got in the ring." And Mike Tyson was dead serious, and he said, "All heads bowed and all tongues kneel. All like what?" Just said Muhammad Ali is the greatest fighter on the face of the earth, and he just bow all heads and all must kneel, and Ali. Tyson just said Ali was the greatest, but that would have been a great fight, man. That 86 to 89 version of Tyson against Muhammad Ali or against George Foreman. So many fantasy fights, and we do that all the time. We always go through these fantasy fights. I've seen people actually argue with a passion over these things. They're fantasy fights, bro. Maybe they're gonna happen in heaven if you're nice enough to get there. But Mike Tyson, he continued. He went on after that fight. He fought that Peter McNeely fight. And I'll tell you a little bit about that fight too. Like I said, I had my restaurant, and I had an apartment on the second floor. My buddy who was a cook for me, the B, he used to live up there. He passed away, man. Nice guy. Nice guy. He OD'd on fentanyl. It was sad, he just didn't get off that train. But anyway, man, I couldn't close the restaurant down. I couldn't. And the fight was, I think, on 10 o'clock at night. We closed the restaurant kind of at 10. But what I did was I brought my black box that I had at my house right now where I'm here, and I brought it over to his apartment upstairs from the restaurant, and we plugged it into his cable box. Bang, came in perfect. I must have had 20 people from my restaurant who came upstairs to the apartment. It was a fight party, bro. And this wasn't like streaming. This was a black box. You click it in, you're not getting any interruptions. It's just coming in crystal clear for the night. 8-Bit Jams is fake. How you doing? That's a cool name. Trying to call, it won't quite work. Let me check this out, bro. Let me give it a shot now, man. I think I might have not had it. I might have not had it on there, my bro. I see Remy tried to call too, man. I'm sorry about that. Give it a shot. We'll see if it picks up now. Because this is still kind of new for me here too. I made calls out with it, but haven't gotten calls in. I just didn't have the window open. My bad, my brother. Give it a shot. Give it a shot, 8-Bit. And like I said, we must have had 20 people up there. Here we go, man. Here's a call. All right, man. Let me know who you are and where you're calling from. Caller, are you there? I'm not getting much on this call here, man. Are you there, caller? I guess not, man. I guess not. But I had a call, and it didn't come through. It says Remy. Was it Remy? Damn, I'm surprised that didn't come through. Let me try to call it back at you, Remy. Let me see if I can get that here, man. Complete stranger online. Let's see if this works. How you doing, brother? Well, we're trying.
Hello.
Remy?
Yeah, how's it going, Bruce?
Hey, brother. How you doing, man? Did you try to call me a little bit ago?
Yeah, like 5 times.
Oh, bro, I'm sorry, man. I can see it 4. I can see it 5 times. This is new to me. This telephone thing, but it's pretty cool, bro. Hey, listen, Remy. It was great talking to you yesterday. What did you think of Mike Tyson, brother?
Oh, wow. Mike Tyson, I think he was a beast.
You know, a lot of people say he wasn't. A lot of people were saying that Mike Tyson was overrated. They said he was just a kind of like a phenomenal, a fan's creation. People, especially the people today, they're saying he was way overrated. I lived through that era, man. I didn't see any overrating at all.
Oh, no, this guy was the youngest heavyweight, and the man had skill, power. This guy fought the champions that were in front of him, became undisputed, overrated. That's too much, The man's a legend in my eyes.
I agree 100%, man. You know, he wasn't the same after prison. You know, a lot of people, don't say that, man. No, that you can't use that as an excuse. It wasn't really an excuse. It's just a fact. Before he went to jail, he was just he was an awesome animal, just beating everybody in his place. But I wasn't the same after that.
Exactly.
What did you think? What did you think of what did you think of the Holyfield fights when he got beat?
Well, I didn't like the fact that Holyfield would come in with his head first, and that actually caused Tyson to get dazed. And I don't know, I didn't like that, the whole fact that he lost because he was getting headbutted.
Well, Holyfield had that educated head. He did the same to Hasim Rahman. I mean, many fighters who fought him. Alex Stewart claims the same thing. George Foreman says he was headbutted, but Holyfield just had he had 3 hands. He'd come at you with his 2 fists, and he'd come at you with his head. But I guess the bully got bullied that night. Mike Tyson was the ultimate bully. He usually won fights. He scared fans, and sometimes he won before he even threw a punch. Like Michael Spinks was like a deer in the headlights. But Holyfield stood up to him. Holyfield beat him in the second fight. The bite that was bizarre.
Oh yeah, the ear, the bitten ear, and yeah, that was bizarre.
Totally bizarre. But that was
yeah. I agree with you that you said that Holyfield had 3 hands. Oh man,
that was the legacy, bro. That was the legacy. And after that fight, I mean, I think he was fined $3 million, suspended for a long time. He didn't fight again till he didn't fight at all in 1998. He came back in 1999 and fought Franz Botois, the South African. Tried to break his arm. Do you remember that fight?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he caught him in a chicken wing. He tried to pop that elbow right out of socket. I mean, Tyson was a lost man back in those days. That was not the same Mike Tyson who Customato and Kevin Rooney guided to the heavyweight championship of the world. He became out of control, and I don't know, man. Maybe he crashed. He fought. He went to London. He fought Julius Francis. I didn't even see that fight. Knocked him out in the second round. Lou Severisi. That fight was he tried to get him after the fight ended. You remember that one with Lou Severisi?
Well,
that,
I kind of do. I kind of don't.
Everybody must remember the Andrew Galata fight. Remember that one?
Yes, I do remember that one.
That was a sad fight. There were no.
Yeah, like the busted.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So I was gonna say like the Buster Douglas fight, where Tyson was, he was just having his time with women after women and just partying. He wasn't the same after that fight either, and after coming out of prison.
Totally different man. The Andrew Galata fight was sad. It was ruled a no contest. There were no winners in that fight. Andrew Galata quit on his feet, and Mike Tyson just went nuts in the ring. And plus, he got, for my favorite sport, Mike Tyson got disqualified. They changed it. They changed the disqualification to a no contest because he had weed in his system.
Oh, really?
Really? That product that actually saved him, turned his life around, helped him become a millionaire again. He's associated with Mike Tyson ears, all different strains, and yeah, that went on his in his record as a no decision because he was caught with the weed in his system. And then that led up to that big fight with Lennox Lewis, and that was a sad fight. That was a real sad fight.
Yeah, Lewis really handed him. He really handled him.
Mike Tyson was a shell of his fighter at the time, and after that he had a few more fights. He fought. Clifford the Rhino Ention. I remember seeing that fight, and he beat Clifford Ention, another first round knockout. Then he fought Danny Williams. He got knocked out in the fourth round. It was sad to watch. I thought that was the end of Tyson, but then he went on and he fought Kevin McBride. I say Fran McBride. I have a friend named Fran McBride. He fought Kevin McBride, and that was another one, man. You knew Tyson was at the end of the road, and Tyson admitted it wasn't in his blood anymore. He didn't want to box. He just didn't have it in him. And you took the beast out of Mike Tyson, and he became an ordinary individual, and he didn't belong in a boxing ring anymore.
Yeah, that McBride fight, that was the last one, right? When he got knocked down.
That's the one where he sat on his ass and took the count. It was pretty sad.
Yeah, didn't get up.
Did not get up. It was in Washington D.C. It hit him. I think it all hit him at once. He said, "That's it, man. I'm not boxing. I don't have it in me anymore." That's what he said during his post-fight interview, and that's the last time we saw him in a ring up until the exhibition with Roy Jones Jr. That was it was what it was. They had the big gloves on. It was considered a draw because it was an exhibition. But man, Mike Tyson. The point of my show was I don't think Mike Tyson was overrated at all. I think he was rated right. I think he was a great fighter. I think between 1986 and 1989, I don't think there was a fighter on the face of boxing, and not an active fighter during his time. But I don't think the guys like Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Jack Johnson, right on down the line. I think any of them and Mike Tyson in the ring would be a 50-50 fight, and I'd lean towards that 86 to 89 Mike Tyson against anybody. Con Shawnery, man.
I agree.
Shout out to my man Con Shawnery.
Shout out Con Shawnery.
No, I don't want to see Mike Tyson.
Larry Holmes.
What's that again, brother?
Larry Holmes fight.
That wasn't the complete Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes just came off the couch, got himself a lot of money from Don King, and that was what we saw of Larry Holmes. But Larry Holmes, after that, Larry Holmes got serious. He came back. He beat Ray Mercer. He fought a great fight with Evander Holyfield, a 12-round decision. I mean, Larry made some good money. Larry actually went on to fight Butterbean, and then he fought a rematch, a 20 years later rematch with Mike Weaver. You remember Mike Weaver? We all remember Mike Weaver.
Yeah.
Larry Holmes fought a rematch with Mike Weaver 20 years later. He knocked him out. Once again, Larry called Weaver. I think it was in It was in the Far East at one of the casinos. I think. I'm not even sure. But anyway, Larry called his old friend Mike Weaver. He said, Mike, want to make some money? Come on, we're going to do a fight. Mike Weaver got off the couch. And Larry knocked him out. Crushed a legend out there, man. Shout out to you, bro. I was in here, man. I'm in here right now with Remy. I'm gonna wrap it up, man. Hey, Remy, anything else you want to say before I hang up on you, brother?
I just want to say that Mike Tyson is not overrated at all. He's a true legend in my eyes, and well, God bless Bruce, and much love, my brother.
Absolutely. That was Remy, everybody, man. Remy, my good friend. Come on and talk to us. God bless you, Remy. I'll see you around, brother. Peace. Hey. Anybody want to try that call in? Because Remy tried it and he couldn't get through on the call ins. Anybody just want to try to call me up to see if it works before I close this program out? Because this was a little informative show here, man. I wanted to see what anybody else thought about Mike Tyson. If they thought he was overrated, or if they thought he was underrated, or what you had to say about him. And my friend Remy came on here, and God bless Remy. If anybody out there knows Remy, okay, here we go. Somebody's calling in. Hey, man, Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and Mo. Who's calling in, bro? Come on, man. Don't tell me this isn't working. I'm not able to accept calls. I'm able to place them, but not accept them. And this is not right. So something's going on here. I'm going to try calling on my own phone and seeing what's up here, because I'm going to have to do something about this. I'm not able to place calls here. I'm able to place them, but not get them. So let's see if it'll work with my phone. (401) 424 1483. Damn, I got sausage fingers, man. Okay, let's see if this works. Bruce, this is weird. I'm going to have to get my G to come down here and check my my phone over here. Let's see if this one works. Okay, this one's working. Hello. It says I'm not accepting them. I'm gonna have to do something about this, because she's not working. And I kind of like the phone-in thing, because a lot of people don't want to click it. A lot of people don't like to show their faces and stuff. And the phone thing is we got to get that working. I'm gonna have to call my G up tomorrow. Not accepting calls. Yeah, that's not right. We'll straighten that out. But anyway, like I said earlier, man, anybody wants to let me know what they think about Mike Tyson, they could have clicked it and done that. I just wanted to do. I've been on here for over an hour. I didn't want to go over an hour. I just want to let you know my opinion on the great Mike Tyson. Thank you all for coming in here. Con Charnery, my brother. Tyson himself knew he wasn't fighting the Larry Holmes. He fought a post-retirement, unshapen version. You know that, Con. For sure, bro. For sure. A prime Larry Holmes, it might have been a different outcome. But we'll never know. We got what we got. It's like Floyd and and Manny Pacquiao. We would have loved to have seen that fight 5 years earlier. The Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight. That fight should have been 3 years ago. Who knows when it's going to happen? But anyway, hey, thank you so much, Evix. I appreciate you coming on here, man. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for joining in, man, and everybody else too, man. I hope I acknowledge you out there, man. Boxing fan, Derek Clark, Crush the Legend, man. Shout out to you, brother. Khan, always showing love, man. 8-Bit James is fake. All right, I like that's a cool name. My brother Haplo, man, very opinionated and knows what he's talking about. And the complete stranger online, King Tiger, Yimmy was in here. Andrew Charles. I thank you cats for coming in here, man. This is Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. It's been real, man. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.